Hey, welcome to the next round of Arcane Aerialist. So today we're going to be trying out the deck that has all the rares and the mythics in it. See how well we do, and go from there. Next week, I think it's the last week, I'm going to be doing this kind of content. In the following week, or 2 weeks from that point, I'll probably start doing content like around Pioneer, where I start playing the top decks, showcase them, talk about them, and that way you know what's going on in the meta, what decks to look out for, the play patterns of each deck, and become an expert in Pioneer. But today we have the Aerialist deck, which is basically a flying deck with a little bit of flash, with a little bit of rally the wings, and that's the deck we're trying out. If you like this kind of content, make sure you smash that like button, subscribe, hit that bell notification so we can go to future videos. We're on our way to 1,000 subs. Let's get there together, and let's get into this deck list. So for deck list, we have 2 Enduring Curiosities plus 4 Curious Obsessions for card draw. We have a total of 8 counter spells plus 3 Rally the Wings. I traded 1 back because I needed to make sure I have kind of a balance here. We have Spell Queller to go with their counters, Brazen Borrower to bounce whatever our opponent has. We cut our Plum Creed down to a 2 of, so we can fit some Masterminds in. We put in some Siren Storm Tamer. I think this card might be better in the deck than the old Judge Familiar. Then we have a Sailor, and we have 2 Strix. So that's kind of what we're playing with in the main. Mana base is a lot better now, so we shouldn't have as many issues. Sideboard for removal, we have 3 Portable Holes, 2 Bodyguards to counter some Planeswalkers and some enchantments and stuff. We have Tidebinder, 2 Disputes plus 2 Dovin's Vetoes for control and combo. We have 1 Stroke for mid-range and control and combo, and Gust for aggro, because mainly aggro decks are red-based. So that is our deck. Let's see if this deck has what it takes to compete in the current Pioneer format. Tap land, go. A Blood Crypt, huh? We'll play a Coast, say go. Verge, okay. Harvester. That happens. Bounce it. Say go. Harvester. Play a Spell Queller. Play a Storm Tamer. And hit you for 2. Go. Alright, cracks of blood. That's fine. So we have plenty of backup ways to protecting our threats. Blade of the Ani. That's fine. Hit you. Go. So I think this turn I'm going to go for a Fairy Mastermind. I can afford that because this still allows me to counter something that targets my Spell Quellers and stuff. Counter it. Hit ya. Go. Still gets frisky. Play a Fairy Mastermind. Counter it. Hit ya. Go. Hits me. Duress. Okay, that happens. He didn't scoop, so that's interesting. Hit ya. Go. There's the scoop. So against mid-range / Annex, Dovin's Veto, probably better than No More Lies. This has just the ability to pay 3. Kind of gets away too fast. Besides that, I could bring in Tidebinder, Artifact Creature, or Planeswalker, not Enchantment. I think I'm good like that. Urborg. Duress takes my Obsession. Play a Storm Tamer. Go. You probably should kill it now if you're going to. Sure. Tap land. Go. Like, this is the time to get an annex down. But Fable is better, so I could get that one. Put that on blue, say go. So what are you going to pitch away? Double lands. Interesting. Yeah, take my beats. I'm at 16, 18 I should say. What do you have? Thoughtseize. Attempt to counter it. And a FOMO. You could have a push at any point. Do you have removal? Torch. That's fine. So you pitching my escort or you pitching my sailor? Getcha. Go. It's me. Take it. Shieldred. Okay, take my beats. Play a Storm Tamer. Tap land. Go. I don't think I'm able to be a Shieldred though. So I'm gonna scoop. I can run it back. Shock myself. Say go. Play a sailor. Put the obsession on. Catch ya. Draw. It's gonna make him want to do a removal spell this turn. Oh, a FOMO. That's fine. I need a land though. Draw a card. That is a land, but it's tapped. So there you go. Gets frisky, take it. Annex. We play Fairy Mastermind, which means he draws a card, we draw a card. Smack you. Draw. What the heck do I discard? I guess Obsession. Like, my hand is just really good. Like, every card in my hand is just good. No matter what he plays here, I think I just counter it. Verbally the Spell Queller. Yep, that happens. Taking the Rally. I mean, that is a card. Scoops it up after reading it. 1-0. Let's get into the next. Swamp. We play a coast. They go. We need more blue, I think, than white. Maybe. It's like a mono black devotion. Or mono black probably annex, if I had to guess. One of those two. Oh. Let's go Gary. Say his name. Cool. Got on blue. Ship it. Tap land. Play a beach. Say go. At this rate, I guess I just leave nothing until Curiosity comes down. I mean, he's not casting much of anything. Okay, counter to that. Go. Cash grab, that happens. Horror of the Broken Lands. Question, what do I do here? I think I drop down Curiosity. I don't think he has exile-based removal for this. He can kill it, like, and it becomes an enchantment, but Okay, guess he does have exile base removal. Take that back. Go. Turns on the cottage. That happens. Play some threats. Hit ya. Go. You could just tap back out for the cottage again, I guess. You also could play that. Okay. We take the beats. Okay, here comes the Altanac. Cycle. Counter it. The downside is actually the Spellcaller is kind of bad in this matchup, right? Besides the cash grab and probably up the beanstalk, I don't have a lot of hits for this. A lot of the stuff is expensive, but it's cheap. Thanks to cost reduction. Oh. Yeah, there's something I could hit with it. That happens. Go. So I have to do this now? That sucks. Take it. I can't really stop it, right? Sure, I lose. I guess Bodyguard's fine. Over Queller? And Tidebinder over Queller. Probably another Tidebinder is fine, too. Over a Rally, run it like that. Tap land, go. Awkward time to draw a 1-drop. Go ahead. I mean, I guess next turn I can play the Strix. Leave up No More Lies. But a very awkward time to draw it, for sure. So he has to basically answer this Fairy Mastermind right now before I can untap and have mana to protect it. But if he does that, like, it's kind of not the greatest either. Assuming he didn't know what my hand was. Go. Counter the cash grab. Seems correct. Enduring. Headshot. Draw a card. That's not bad for next turn. So that means I get to protect my Curiosity next turn. Draw 2, potentially. I mean, these fields aren't doing much, to be honest. You might just do it just to potentially get some basics, some colored mana to fix your whatever you got going on. But besides that, they're not a huge amount of value. So we get to draw a couple cards, which is most likely more interaction. Say go. Yeah, it makes sense. He's gonna pop a land. I don't know which one is the best choice. They're all kind of the same card. We have more blue cards, so we'll grab an island. Cycle, that's fine. Until you start actually casting exile base removal, my Curiosity, I don't think I care, per se. Cash grab. See what you grab. Probably the Overlord. So So now we get to counter the Overlord. Maybe. I don't know what he's doing. Okay, finally resorts and decides to move. At this point, I think I'm just fine dropping that because I'm so far ahead right now. So that's additional 4 points of damage. Cool. Go. So now we get to play in Fairy Mastermind Rally, and that should take the game. The Beanstalk. Got nothing about that. Got it. All right. Actually, Stroke isn't that bad, right? Because it kind of counters about everything. On a draw, I think Strix is worst. There's the Forest. Okay, tap land. Go. Cash grab. You grab a land? Probably. Unless you need an Overlord. One of the two, right? Okay, so he needs lands. So in this situation, I think I just pass. I do need lands myself. Like, that's the problem. Attempt to cast the Fairy Mastermind. Cash grab. Do you have a Fatal Push? No, it just cycles. I don't know why he tapped out. Alright, trying to draw a land, please. I guess it's something I could do for 1 mana. But I guess it has that going for it. He only has 1 black source. So that's pretty relevant. I guess we get to draw 2. So hopefully we find a land here. We need one really bad. Looks like he's about ready to remove my Mastermind. I had to guess based off the slow reaction. So there's the land. We get down a Sailor. Put a Curious Obsession on it. Smack you. Draw a card. Go. So now we get a counterspell up. That's kind of nice. We're drawing extra cards to hopefully get our 4th land to get this enduring idea down. Or we also could Brazen Bar or something plus Lofty Denial in 1 turn, which is not a bad move. Like, we have a lot of tempo plays in our hand. Bodyguard is less tempo oriented, but we'll attempt to counter that. Let's drop a 1-drop down. Tap your Forest. I don't like it. Smack you. Draw a card. Another counter. Say go. So overall, except we're in a very good position when it comes to board state, I think, and hand control. Or control of the board, potentially, for future turns. Like, counter, bounce, protection spell, which is basically, potentially could be a counter. If we ever get to the other half of the... and we get this Enduring Curiosity down, we should be, like, golden when it comes to card advantage, too. I feel like he's going to try to go for a removal spell right now. But he should wait until my turn if he does. Oh, no! Harvester. Does he do it right now? We have this to give it hexproof. So this becomes 7 points of damage. We could take him half. If he uses that ability, though, we definitely will have more damage. Yeah, he kind of has to not do it. So that was smart, right? He prevents basically lethal, I think. Another rally, huh? There you go. Now, I think we basically win by rally now. I mean, I got no beef with up the Beanstalk. Until you start casting something that affects my flyers, I don't care. So he only has a green up. He also has another black source untapped. I think I just go for it. Because, I mean, green mana is probably the least threatening color that he plays. He could have an untapped black source, but... And a rally win? Got it. 2-0. Let's get into the next. Seeker the Heaven, huh? Play tap lands, I go. I figured it was Angels. Gahada. That makes sense. This definitely goes on blue. Play Storm Tamer. Yep. So now what? Like, so he has 1, 2, 3, potentially 4 mana this turn. Bishop Wings. Probably attacks with Gahada. Question is, does he attempt to trade here? I think he would, right? I mean, the Curious Obsession makes it just better. Yep. This is definitely going to be the trickiest matchup. Having two flying decks face each other makes it a lot more tricky. We don't just get the upper advantage by having most of our stuff become unblockable. And his flyers are a little bit more chunky. But on white, I guess, they go. Can't really counter that. 7, so he needs 1 more life gain for him to take that effect. Make a 4/4, huh? A Cavern, huh? Okay. I guess Curiosity. Okay, I'm off. I ain't coming back from that position. I think I bring Tidebinders in. It's like mono white. I could bring in some bodyguards. Spellcrawler is probably fine. I don't think the Escort is doing a lot. They don't have a lot of target effects. 1 Rally maybe. And a Strix. I don't like that. Land, go. Alright, let's play land 2. We ship it. This hand's okay. I feel pretty confident we can get this one. I think it's better for me to do this. So if I draw a land, I'm in serious business. Please, give me a land. Yes, yes, sweet. And I have a counterspell up. So now I get to counter his 3-drop, which is his most important card. Because that's when you get Resplendent Angel. That's when you get the Gahada. That's also fine to counter, too. Play No More Lies. So lucky enough he didn't have a Cavern this time. I think I shocked myself. I don't care. At this point, I think I need to close the game out. So be able to play a Fairy's Mastermind while leaving up a Lofty Nile at all times is pretty nice. I just need the clock to get to a point where I could just close this game out before he's able to draw the 3rd land. Now, I think his next move, I'm going to treat this as a counter. Right, I'm just going to use it as a... Oh. Or I just draw a counter. Gotcha. So this is kind of what the deck does, right? Go. So now we have a counter plus another Fairy's Mastermind up. And that's pretty potent, I think. Yeah, take our beats. Grand Abolisher. Counter it. Play another Mastermind. Put that on blue. Hit ya. Draw. Got game 2. Run it back. Island. Go. Okay. Stay alert. Ghost is fine. Hit ya. Go. So I'm comfortable with how this hand is right now, right? We have kind of two things to do next turn. Right, just Valkyrie, and ain't letting that resolve. We don't care, we'll shock ourselves. Hedge up, go. A planes. Okay. We'll go ahead and spell Queller. Play another blue source. Smack, said go. I don't know. I guess, yeah, he couldn't attack with the bishop. Skyclave. Get rid of that, too. That's a nice draw. Gadget for 5. Play a plane, say go. Now, there's no more lights. It is getting worse. By the second. Bounce the bishop of please. So he doesn't gain life. Counter that one. Scoops it up 3-0 with the deck. What a huge improvement. Let's get into the wrap up. So what did we learn this week about this deck overall? We just crushed it. Absolutely crushed it. We went 3-0 in all in the matches. And it felt really solid. Like, you could actually argue this deck is almost to the point of being hyper competitive. The downside, of course, you're going to be like, okay, well, the deck still contains Rally Wings. I get that's a pet card, Kebby, but, you know, if you probably trim that, replace it with an actual removal spell like March of Otherworldly Light, you probably have a tier 1 deck, or a solid deck to bring to an F&M, potentially even a bigger tournament, and probably win. The deck has a lot of game, right? You could play the white Enduring Creature if you really wanted to get that extra card draw. But like I said, I like Rally of the Wings. It's my pet card. It did manage to make us win a game in match 2, I believe. So that was pretty fun. Overall, like, I like the way it's constructed. Let me know in the comment section which cards would you guys have changed besides Rally of the Wings, because that's like and probably Strix too, right? And maybe even Storm Tamer. You're probably actually just going to tell me to cut all those cards and just play all the spirits. But I get it. I want to do something different. So I want to know what you want me to know in the comment section. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell notification to order for future videos. We're on our way to 1,000 subs. I'll talk to you guys next time.